Mac Noodles Hibachi Grill.
The Daily Podcast. The Daily Podcast.
How was your morning, man?
Dude, honestly, I'm a little worse for wear, but not too bad. I'd say on the hangover scale, I'm about maybe like a 35. So like, considering,
30.
it could be way worse. I'm doing good.
Was that a 1 to 10 scale there?
Yes.
Oh my God.
No. Oh, sorry. No. Did I say 35? Right?
35 out of 10.
Out of 100.
Okay. Whoa. Man,
Oh, damn. 35 out of 10. Oh man, I would not be doing this podcast. I would have been like, yo, hey, I gotta reschedule.
I don't do good math, so that's all. It's all fractions and numbers.
No, dude, I'm terrible. Maybe I honestly, maybe I thought in my head a scale of 10, and maybe I was like a 3.5. That's maybe what I was thinking, but computing numbers to work, nah. Well, thank you for joining me,
dude. Oh man, it's actually an honor. It's actually an honor, and I'm super stoked to be able to just kind of spread the word a little bit and help out with some content and just kind of I'm just trying to stay sharp in all four corners, man.
Gotta do it, man. I mean, everyone
rising and grinding.
Exactly. I mean, everyone nowadays, and no matter what profession you're doing, there's so much more that you have to be doing. Like, for example, my 10 plus years of touring, it started off, everyone was just basically a one-trick pony, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but nowadays you have to be able to do photo, video, everything.
Well, you don't have an option. What I mean? It's just what we have to do. We got to have multiple hustles. That's why I say you got to stay sharp in all four corners. And nowadays it's essential to really, go out and be a jack of all trades, so to speak.
Exactly. So give a little insight on what basically you do.
So basically I have a mobile Teppanyaki catering service that I provide. And I'm in Southern California, Orange County. I go down to San Diego as well. And what I do is I bring the hibachi to your house. So I set up all the tables, chairs, plates, forks, spoons, chopsticks, Fiji water bottles, tablecloths, and I provide all this the hibachi show.
Awesome.
Tricks with the prime quality. I like to call it quality hibachi in the comfort of your own backyard.
I mean, that's dope, because I feel like, in a way, I mean, I've only been to a hibachi, like, I could probably count it on both hands, less than 10 for sure.
Right.
And I feel like some people probably don't want to go because, I mean, when something happens and say you do there's a lot of flames and people look over and then they might get like a little self-conscious, but they go, oh no, they're looking over it. They get a little weird.
Yes,
but
yes, there is a little bit of social anxiety that's involved, just in the wait time and having to wait for your table and have to deal with other people. And sometimes they sit you with other people that you don't really want to sit with.
Right, exactly, dude. So, I mean, that brings a whole different level to it, because you're in the comfort of your home, your backyard or wherever you might be. Like, I think that's sick. That's really cool.
I think it's cool. I told the people, like, you can wear a bathrobe and some slippers. You know what I mean? It's your house,
dude. Okay. It's set. If you ever do one for me, which I hopefully one day I'll be able to do it.
Are you wearing bathrobe and slippers?
Dude, I got my UGG slippers on right now, man. I'm ready to go.
Well, you know what? My wife's mom got me these really huge socks, so I'm wearing these really tall socks that go up to my knees, and I look like a cholo, and I feel like a cholo.
You get those Nike Cortezes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm actually wearing Nikes too.
Yeah, dude. I had a pair of Nike Cortezes, like the standard black with the white swoosh, and man, I mean, I definitely probably shouldn't have been wearing those, but dude, they're sick shoes.
Dude, I used to wear a 2X tall tee Pro Club white tee with with the I was with a beanie. Even in the middle of the summer, I was like one of those guys that would just wear a beanie. Damn. I'm just like, come on, so we all did things. We all do things.
Oh, yeah. So,
what I mean?
Real quick, I asked you over text, and I was like, wait, don't answer that, because I wanted to bring it up on here. So, and I think by what you were describing on what you do, so I think people consider, they're going to hibachi.
Right.
But the actual art of what you are, like what you as your person is teppanyaki chef.
Yes,
So the
yes.
grill is a hibachi grill. It's the grill part.
So let me
Yeah,
let me
please.
drop it down. Let me
Please.
drop a verse real quick.
Knowledge this.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, teppanyaki is the art of cooking on a flat iron griddle.
Huh.
Mine is stainless steel, but it's like most people think hibachi, they think of teppanyaki, but hibachi is actually like a more like a barbecue grill that people you could do around, like hibachi style. You know what I mean? But it's so commonly known as hibachi that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep it hibachi. I'm not gonna make it teppanyaki because hibachi's fun too. I just let it go. But teppanyaki is what I do. It's the art of cooking on a flat iron surface. That's how it started back in the day. They just had a huge flat piece of metal and they just made it hot and then they cook stuff on top of it, all at once. Mostly for a lot of people. It's supposed to be like a communal thing.
Okay.
Teppanyaki,
Okay.
That's what I think food should be about. It should be about bringing people together and creating, memories, And what better memories than we don't have to do the dishes or clean up or even go anywhere. You could just sit down and drink a whole bottle of sake to the face and then roll yourself into the couch and just say goodnight. And let me take care of everything. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, dude, the super soaker filled with, what do you fill that with? I saw a photo on your Instagram.
It's a super sake soaker.
Super sake soaker. Dude, that might be the episode title.
So, yes. Yeah. So it was inspired by a video that I saw of a chef. He was like super sake soaking people. And I was like, all right, well, you know what? If he's going to be doing that at the place, maybe I can do that with a super sake soaker too,
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's been a hit. We've just been super sake soaking people left and right. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I just take the regular old sake or water gun and I just fill it with sake. See how far away we can stand while shooting it and getting it mostly on our face and our chest. And
yeah.
I wear glasses, so I just kind of just take it, right to the dome.
Dude, there's no other way. If you have the super sake soaker, like there's no other way than just be like, just open your mouth and I mean, it's going to get everywhere, but you'll get some, don't worry.
You'll get a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. It's just something that's fun and something that's cool. It was really popping, during the summer but when it's cold outside, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't want to super sake soak these people because then they're gonna get they're gonna get super sake hypothermia.
Hot sake, dude.
Oh shit!
I don't know though. That
damn.
I mean,
just woke my life up.
That hot sake. I mean, when you get hot sake, it's pretty hot, but in a super soaker, if it's getting all over your face, you got to work, aim. You got to aim precise, or get like one of those little tiny ones that has like the little trigger, the little tiny ones, like.
Yeah, I need a one with a scope,
a
laser scope.
There you go. Yeah, that'll help for sure. I dig it.
But it's something fun. You're just super sake soaking people.
Dude, I love that super sake soaker. Oh, brand it.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. So, how did you go from, or I guess, what were you doing before you started this?
Let me break it down. So let's see. Basically, this is kind of also how I got the name Noodlez.
Yeah.
So basically, this is what happened. I moved from the 209. I was living in the 209.
Where's the 209? Just for
209. That's it's Stockton, Tracy, Modesto.
Okay.
And I was living up there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna I moved down to North County, San Diego. Started working at an English pub. I was a dishwasher. I started off as a dishwasher. I was like, hey, I need a job. You guys got any positions? He was like, you want to be a dishwasher? We always need a dishwasher. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. I'll just take whatever at the point in my life. And I was like, all right. And it was an English pub. It's called Churchill's Pub and Grill in San Marcos, California. And when I wasn't scrubbing hot ass pots and pans, I was sitting on an upside down white bucket peeling potatoes.
Nice.
So that was an English pub. And then so I was doing that, and the chef, his name was AG. He started giving me the name Noodlez. He started calling me the name Noodlez. I was like, okay, Noodlez it is. Yeah. So I was like, it's kind of a silly name, but at the time I just fully embraced it, and I was just like, this is what my new nickname is.
I had nothing to do with noodles.
Everybody called me Noodles. Even my wife calls me Noodles to this day. And but yeah, anyways, from there I was working at this pub for a while. I started making salads.
Okay.
And started making desserts. He was like, "Hey, we need someone to make these salads and desserts." So I started making them real beautiful, nice salads, and drizzling the chocolate syrup on there in such a way that they were like, "Wow, you want to be our prep cook expo dude?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to move anything to get me out of this dish pit, right?"
Yeah, fuck these potatoes.
And so I was like, "Yeah, fuck those potatoes." I love it.
I love potatoes.
Yeah, there's nothing better than some freshly fried potatoes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, anyways, that's a really good place. They had all kinds of craft beer and stuff. It's just a really awesome place. Awesome. But anyways, I was working there, and I was the line cook. I started becoming a line cook, learning all the stations on the line, and just under these really talented artistic chefs. That I was like, wow, I didn't even have to go to school to learn all the stuff that they're teaching me and giving me the knowledge. I'm just soaking it in and hustling, really grinding. And then one night, there was this dishwasher. His name was Turkey, right? He was like this 40-year-old dude from Detroit. He's a black dude from Detroit. He's a really cool dude, And we got along great. We got along really good. And then one night, because he always used to take the mashed potatoes. He always used to take the mashed potatoes and gravy home if there was extra. But this one night, I come up to him and I'm like, we're all feeling good. Everyone's feeling good, drinking, smoking. And I'm like, "Hey, does your bitch ass want some mash?" and he's like, "I thought we were cool like that, where it's like a joke.
Yeah.
Joke. Because he always takes the mash." I was like, "Hey, does your bitch ass want some mash?" He was like, he stopped what he was doing. He put the dish down, put the hose down. He's like, looked me dead in the eye, right in my soul. No. He was like, "What the fuck you just say to me?"
Oh no.
And I didn't think he was going to be this serious. And I was like, "Your bitch ass wants some mash." This fool comes up, tries to hit me right in the face. I blocked it. I did a little bit of karate, right? So I had the basic, self-defense block. Boom. And then a couple of other line cooks get between us. They're like, hey, you guys, knock it off. It's gonna get fired. I'm like, dude, hit me one more time. Try to hit me one more time. And then, anyways, there's people in between us, and I'm just like, what the heck, dude? We're gonna get both fired. I thought we were cool. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I told him I didn't want no problems. I was cool with them. I was ready to, handle it if I had to handle it. Anyways, he sends another shot over. Try to send another shot over the two people that were in between us, and then it all gets broken up, and then we get fired. We both get fired for it. And I'm like, man, I liked the job. We both got fired. It sucks because he came all the way from Detroit, and I moved all the way from the Bay, and we were just like, this is what we had. This is what we knew. It was like a family. And I was like, okay, so that was a part of the chapter of my life that started me off in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
And so from there, I got a couple of other line cook jobs here and there. And I still had like my Bay 209 mentality, right? So I kept getting fired for my attitude. Just kept getting fired for my attitude. I just didn't like what people had to say or tell me what to do. I've grown up a lot now. But it's like now I'm able to just take a lot more bullshit. Probably because I smoke a lot of weed.
There you go.
Anyways,
honestly, yeah.
Anyway, so one of the last jobs I had, I was line cooking at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and that's where I met my wife. And then
cool.
We got kids now. Yeah, she liked my nachos. She really liked the way I make my nachos. So.
Give a girl nacho. I mean, cheese, and then you put it on chips, dude. Oh, win their heart, man.
Yeah, she really enjoyed my nachos. So. Stoked about that.
That's awesome.
And then I just walked her out to her car one night, and then it was over from there.
That's awesome, dude.
Anyway, so Buffalo Wild Wings, once again, there was a manager there, and we had a little problem. They let me go, and but luckily I was cool with one of the other managers that had left there. And you want to know where that manager works now as a manager?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Benihana. I left B Dubs, and the manager that had worked for B Dubs was working at Benihana. He said, hey, we will take you in. We like how you work. We like how you cook. And we want you to, we know that you have the customer service skills and the cooking skills to become a teppanyaki chef. And I was like, teppanyaki chef? You mean like Benihana? I was like, and then he was like, yeah, like Benihana. Like, we need chefs. We'll hire you on as a chef. And there was people working there that had been working there trying to become a chef for a couple of years already.
Oh, they're probably so pissed.
they were pissed, and I come in there, and I'm like,
What's up, bitch
all right,
asses? What's up?
yeah, I'm like, y'all bitch asses want some mashed
You want
potatoes?
some mashed
No,
potatoes,
no,
motherfucker?
no, it's good. But yeah, so I tell them like, hey, I'm gonna, become a tip-on chef now. So I started training, and they're like, wow, this guy's got the natural skills and the natural show and the natural everything to become a teppanyaki chef. And a normal training was like 5 weeks. I finished training in 2 weeks, ate a bunch of good training food,
Oh, dude,
and
of course.
and not to mention, I was fucking chilling with my chef that was training me. We'd go out on 30-minute breaks, pound a couple beers, smoke a fucking fat blunt, and come back in and fucking do some tep-on chef. And I was like, man, this is fun.
That's how you make
You
good
know?
food, man. Let your chefs like on their break, like I
Let
mean,
me tell
unless
you.
just let them let loose a little, God.
Yeah. Well, if you're a teppanyaki chef or any kind of chef, and you're not having fun with what you're doing,
Peace.
you gotta find something else.
Oh, of course. Anything. I
And
mean, that
especially,
translates to anything, man, for sure.
you gotta feel free. You gotta feel the freedom. So I started training. Boom! I had a really good chef. His name was David Fitt. He was the second chef there, and he's an OG. He taught me everything strictly. A lot of wax on, wax off stuff, but outside of work, we had that party fun mentality. And but while we're working, he was very strict. Like, hey, everything's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be 100% on point. Like the way you cut, the way you slice, the fluid motions of your hands when you're throwing your fork and spatula around. And he was like, it was like literally like wax on, wax off, Karate Kid moral of the story type shit. I was like, okay, so the first week I was there, right? They had me peeling shrimps. Peeling boxes of shrimp.
Oof.
I would peel them, devein them, wash them, thousands of shrimp. My first few days, right? First week or so, and I kept doing it, clean up my station. When I cleaned up my station, it was all perfect. They brought out another box of shrimp.
Love
you know, and like, hey, you're not done yet. You'll never You'll never be done peeling shrimp. So I was like, okay. So I was doing that for 12 hours a day for like the first 4 days, and I was like, damn,
sucks.
Fuck it. Like, fuck this. I want to go cook some tables. But I was in that phase of just having to earn my shit. So what I did the fourth day, I was like, fuck this, I'm about to quit. This is bullshit. I was peeling shrimps all day long, and this and that, and they were just like not talking to me, and they're like, some people were like looking at me laughing as I'm just peeling shrimp all day. I'm like, what the hell? And then on the fifth day, I peel my shrimp at the end of the night, and I clean up my whole station, and I shine it with the stainless steel polish, and I'm just like wiping everything down, the ends and the bottom of it, to make sure everything's proper. You want to know what they wheel out?
Another box?
You want shrimp peeler. A machine. It's a machine that you just put the shrimp into, and it deveins it.
So were they like fucking with you?
They was like,
damn.
Wow, maybe if this guy
dedication
doesn't quit,
oh, it was a test.
If this guy doesn't quit, maybe he's a little bit worthy of getting this kind of tips and this kind of hourly.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. At first I was like, at first I was like, man, you're getting shafted. And then no, it's like, no, man, like
it was wax on, wax off at its finest.
Yeah.
Moral of the story was if you could stand there, because that's what you're going to be doing no matter what. There's always going to be shrimp. You know what I mean? But usually there's people helping you, and usually you got the machine. So it's like, okay, maybe this guy didn't quit. Maybe we're going to have him earn this. We're going to have him earn this, title of a teppanyaki chef. Not just going to give it to him without fucking with him a little bit. But it's just. And then I was like, okay. But then after Benihana, it was back in March 2020, I believe.
Okay.
They shut everybody down. All the Benihanas got shut down, and every single employee got fired. And I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids and a wife, and bills to pay, and life. Just like everybody else. And I was left with nothing, man. I was left with nothing. I couldn't get a hold of my EDD or any. I was like, took forever to get a hold of them and get any kind of extra aid or help, And so I told myself I was at the brokest time of my life, And I told myself I never want to feel like that again. I never want to feel that way again. I never want to depend on a restaurant
Yeah,
to
because you
keep my
could
family fed.
be gone like that.
You know what I mean? Anything could happen, and I'm not going to depend on any restaurant or any other person besides myself to keep my family fed. And so once I got a little bit of money from the extra money they were giving and unemployment, and I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna buy a 48-inch American range flat top teppanyaki griddle, a commercial grill, teppanyaki grill, and I'm gonna put it on wheels. And I'm gonna buy my tables and chairs. I'm gonna buy all my plates, forks, napkins, spoons, forks, chopsticks, and all the equipment I need. And I'm gonna do it the legit way. And I'm gonna get my money. I'm gonna survive out here, and I'm not gonna
Your
be a
own
victim.
boss. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a victim. I'm gonna be my own boss, and I'm not gonna be dependent upon the government or restaurants ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, plus when you have kids, man, there's like something lights a fire underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
A fire lights underneath you, and you realize that failure is not an option.
Yeah.
And you got no choice. You got to have the juice and the sauce. You know what I mean? You got to have you got to have the juice and the sauce, and so I was like, okay. And just by pure timing and blessings and luck, I got a party. And this party, I didn't even have my grill yet. I just got a party. I told him, I was like, my grill's coming. It's not here yet. And I got all equipment, but I have my equipment and I can come and cook for you at your house, and this is a nice house with beautiful, Orange County, finest customized house in Orange County type of stuff. And I was like, okay, so these are the good people to know. I cooked for them before at Benihana. And this party, after that party, word of mouth spread.
Oh yeah,
and
there you go.
He talked to people, and then that party led to another party, and then and now it's like, okay, last December I had so many parties, so booked, and I was so busy, but I never took the time to step back and say, hey, like, this is what I was asking for, this is what I was praying for, this is what I am, this is what I'm gonna do now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I felt like a purpose, like fulfillment, like I'm creating these memories for people, and also building something for myself and for my family, for my future, And so it's like just something that is like, it gave me the life, gave me the understanding of what I need to do to take it to the next step, and it's just constantly improving, and changing. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's awesome, man. It's crazy because from beginning of the story, like you didn't even have this kind of job in mind. Like you were just sitting on a bucket, peeling potatoes, washing dishes. I mean, like, did you did you have any hopes to be like a chef in general, or was that just like, let me just get a job wherever I can, and then as the story goes, you end up doing this? But like,
never,
that wasn't part of it. Like, did you ever grow up love cooking, or?
You know what? When I was very young, I did like cooking. I started making these beautiful sub sandwiches, and just at home. And I was like making stuff that I would want to eat. But no, never in my mind did I think that I was going to become a chef, let alone a tip-on chef. I was out there like trying to make money, like trying to, live that street life of the 209, just like, you're from there. I'm sure you've seen people that just go by the streets, and that's where I got I got my rap name changed to Mac Noodles. I changed my name to Mac Noodles after that, because everyone called me Noodles, and Mac Noodles is funny. It's like macaroni noodles.
Dude,
but yeah. So I never did I think that I was going to be a chef, tip-on chef. So just one of my many like things that I like to do, chefing.
That's sick. Just a quick idea. Hey, if you ever are trying to expand, you could do some sort of noodle food truck, call it Mac Noodles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the idea. But then again, I'm so comfortable doing
for sure.
Bring my grill wherever I go, and then without having to pay for the maintenance and the hassle of a food truck.
Oh yeah,
because everything I
break down, like gas. Gas.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, gas alone.
Damn.
It's always been an idea, but I really prefer not having the overhead of a building or having to pay for a place to keep my food truck.
Of course. Yeah, your venue is, their home or whatever. So you have no, rent or anything,
Yeah. So it's actually been helping a lot. And I feel like once we get the ball rolling, this year, I've been kind of lazy and / busy / being a dad and
life,
family
dude.
and life. Dude, come on.
Life,
I mean,
man.
everyone's got life.
Have
Everyone's
life,
got
man.
things.
You got to do life.
Trust
I mean,
me, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that has stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. You got to keep busy, of course. You got to pay bills, support family and stuff. But, like, not to sound corny as, as fuck, but, it's life. Only got, one of them, it's going to be over before you know it. And, you got to live it up a little bit, So,
cherish every moment, man. Because you never cherish every single moment. Take a step back and realize how beautiful this world is. How beautiful people are. I mean, there's not all bad people out there. There's a lot of beautiful people,
Yeah.
And so if we all could just come together and just realize, that's why I talk about Mondays. When people say Mondays are bad, for some reason they just want you to feel like Mondays are bad. Like, oh, Mondays, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when you take a step back and look at the situation, Mondays are literally 1/7 of your whole entire life.
Damn.
And if you spend 1/7 of your entire life being upset that it's Monday, you're wasting 1/7 of your life that you'll never get back.
Shit.
You just got to change your mindset, change your perspective, change your mindset, change the way you think, and then eventually your energy will spread onto others, and you'll be creating these vibrations of positivity, and you know what I mean, and people feel it. People feel that.
Oh, for sure.
So,
it translates. Yeah.
It's like the way. That's why they call them waves. The moon. That's why full moons. The moon affects the ocean. The ocean affects us because our bodies are 75% water. So and I live by the coast, and so people that live by the coast are more affected by the moon because they're more closer to the water.
Mm-hmm.
The water, we are water. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's why they call it waves. When you're feeling the vibrations, feeling the waves of energy come straight from the moon.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So one thing that I'm kind of curious about, when you were starting as a teppanyaki chef, of course there's those flip tricks and all the crazy shit. Like, did you just pick that? I mean, so far it sounds like you're just getting everything. I mean, besides those workers throwing shrimp at you for days on end just to test you, it seems like you've been picking shit up like pretty snap, snap, snap. Was that something again, or was there some maybe some incidents where maybe things went a little wrong? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So a lot of failure, man. A lot of failure, and just doing it in front of the guests. And then once you fail so many times and throw so many forks in people's eyes and burn people and drop eggs on people, you just start to say, hey, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel this embarrassment or this failure anymore. So the next time you do it, you're a little bit more careful so you get it right. But then once you get it right so many times, just practice, it becomes muscle memory, and you just do it naturally, and it's so easy. One time I was juggling eggs,
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, there was some butter on the ground. Someone left some freaking garlic butter on the ground, and I'm juggling, and I'm right above a 500-degree Teflon surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm wearing non-slips, but butter, non-slips aren't going to stop butter.
Yeah.
I slip. One egg lands on a girl's chest and just breaks all the way down and just falls down her shirt. One egg lands in a cup of water, shooting the water out everywhere and dropping the glass. The third egg falls on the ground. I slip. And in my slipping motion, my hand slid across the grill.
No.
And there wasn't any oil on the grill, so at the end of my stick, it's stuck on there.
No.
My hand was stuck on there. So I grab a spatula, my hand's stuck, and I'm like screaming. I'm like, fuck, shit. And the guests are horrified, there's little kids screaming.
Oh no.
And I grab my spatula, had a little bit of oil on it, and I go, fuck. Get my hand off that grill, and I'm like, fuck. So I I go to the urgent care. I had to get out of there. The head chef had to take over the table, and then he had to clean the whole grill because my skin was on there, and people were just like horrified. People were in the back were like, "What the hell's going on?" And I'm walking out, and I just got these like really bad burns on my hand, and I'm just like my whole right side of my left hand was just like burnt. So I was out for a few weeks, and even when I came back, the steam from cooking under my bandages and into my gloves, and then it really hurt. But after that, I was like, okay. After that, I always hold my ground. I hold my ground and watch my step, and really just remember that day is like, okay, I don't want to fail no more. I don't want to feel that feeling of embarrassment. So I use that to kind of drive me to not drop anything. But there's still times, of course, where accidentally, sometimes on purpose.
Oh yeah, because I mean, sometimes they probably won't even know. Like if obviously if you drop some things on purpose, like or it's an accident, you just got to play it off. Like that's a whole part of the thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all about just feeling the guests and engaging them and seeing what they're all about. You got to feel them out. Most guests.
Yeah.
When you get to I can tell within a minute or so how the guest is going to be. If they're going to be more open to like certain jokes, if they're going to be a little bit, quiet, if they don't even want to hear anything, they just want to relax and enjoy their food, But it's just about feeling each guest,
Yeah, not every
not feeling them up, feeling them out.
Not every party guest wants the super soaker.
Not every guest wants a super soaker. Some guests don't want me to toss shrimp into their mouth. And sometimes they're a little bit more quiet and reserved tables. It's more like a private, quiet thing where I'm just kind of cooking and just, plating it and just kind of letting them know. Because sometimes people want that time to spend with each other. And that's what it's all about. They want that's time to spend quality time and create these memories. And sometimes it makes it easier for me because I just let them talk and enjoy a show. I still light stuff on fire, but I'm not like totally bothering them or interrupting them.
I feel you. Have you had like any weird requests?
Weird requests.
I mean, besides
taking off my clothes. Some guests asked me to take clothes off.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I mean, you got another business coming in there, dude.
That's my side.
Yeah. Dude.
No. Other than that, though, each and every single one of my guests has been like really chill. I've gotten really lucky with the people that I have chosen because a lot of these people I know from people that I've cooked for before, so they can kind of vouch for them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I know it's not like working in a Teflon restaurant where you don't know what the heck you're going to get.
Yeah.
And you could have two different parties at the same table, both with different religious beliefs or political beliefs. And it's just, they get to talking and they're like, wow, okay, this is not right. You this and that, this and that. This and that. I'm just like cooking, just trying to get by and just trying to work and not have to worry about anybody fighting or throwing hot rice at each other, But that's, you don't have to worry about that when you're in your own backyard with your own people and with your own hibachi chef.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, well, and shout out to you for doing what you do, man, and always keeping the content coming.
I'm trying, man. I mean, it's a never-ending thing. I mean, I'm sure you recognize real.
Real recognize real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
no, I feel you. Yeah.
And
sure.
I'm just campaigning, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, man. And I know you're trying to do the same. And
of course.
It's just all about the hustle and, like you said, having multiple things that you could fall back on just in case. You can't rely on nobody. You gotta make it for yourself. That's what it's all about, right?
Of course, man.
There's been restaurants that are like, they don't want me to do my thing.
Oh.
When I was working, they don't want me to do my thing. They don't want me to
script.
Yeah, they don't want me to do it. So
yeah. Well, I'm stoked that you're doing your own thing. I mean, you're killing it. I mean, obviously, like if you weren't killing it, we wouldn't be talking right now because I wouldn't, have known.
Because real recognize real.
Well,
man.
yeah. I wouldn't. My buddy, our mutual friend Alex, like he wouldn't know you if you weren't killing it, and then I wouldn't get contact with you. So like, you're killing it. It's awesome.
Firsthand, he's tasted my
Yeah.
prime
Oh,
filet.
he's
Oh, not to mention,
said it's
guys,
great.
not to mention, we got prime. I use prime meat and wild caught seafood. I don't play around.
Ooh.
It costs me more money than the other guys who are serving choice and select to the
Mm-hmm.
people. Because there's other chefs out there that are doing what I'm doing. But I'll tell you right now, I guarantee you right now, they're not using prime meat, wild caught seafood, and the freshest ingredients possible. I make less money than them, but I serve higher quality stuff.
Dude,
that's what you
want.
that's what I want. That's what I'm all about. I want the people to know that when I'm using that prime beef that's been, brought up with love, they even give them a name. They rub their tummies,
Oh,
I want them to know that this is the kind of food that you're getting, and it's made with love. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's I like to think that more people that I'm like marketing towards would enjoy that, knowing that that my chickens have never been in a cage. The chicken that we use, they run free and
pasture
and,
raised. Yeah.
and you know what? When food is made with love, you can taste it. And when when food is made with anger and hate, that you can taste it.
I love cooking, man. I know when I get proper, like, for example, I mean, I love steak. It's one of my top faves, When I get, just the run of the mill, New York strip or something at the grocery store, and not even like the good grocery store, just like you're just trying to get the meat and just cook it and eat it versus, the one that's individually packaged in the nice, stuff. And you go to like the actual butcher, and be like, hey, I want this cut. Like, dude, it just tastes so much better. Like, it translates so much different, like that's the stuff we should be eating. Of course it costs more and it sucks, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't suck because sometimes when I'm done cooking, I'll have a little bit of leftover meat or a little leftover shrimp or vegetables or rice. And I just make myself a beautiful, huge dish of fried rice with all kinds of leftovers in there. It's like, okay, it's like a little treat. Every time I go shopping, I'm like, maybe I'll get a little extra more shrimp. Maybe just so I can say that I had some left over. That's the way I could just eat it,
Yeah.
But I got the prime New York's, prime fillets, wild caught seafood. It's just all about the quality over quantity for me. And I know that the butcher that I go to actually go to Sections find meats. It's really cool. It's in Costa Mesa.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool meat shop, prime meats, and I'm really cool with everybody in there. And I always shoot them a tip, just because they always take care of me.
That'll go a long way for sure. You tip them, hey, this guy's coming in. We need to get him the good stuff,
Yeah, and they get it and they make it all perfect. And if I have a big order, I can just order like a whole fillet or a whole New York, and I'll just clean it up myself.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, okay. And but yeah, man, I'm so happy to be providing the service that I provide, man. It makes me happy. It makes them happy. And I'm just not stopping until I reach the top. I want to keep going. I want to cook for many, many people and many families, and I want everyone to know that there's still Teppanyaki chefs out there that feel the magic of what Teppanyaki really should be.
Yeah,
it gets lost. It gets lost in the restaurants because these big corporations, Benihana, they don't treat their people with love anymore. We're just not the Teppanyaki chefs are just numbers.
Door.
They can just hire anybody and train them as a Teppanyaki chef, just like they did me.
Yeah.
And just have them. They didn't know I was going to turn out to be, doing what I'm doing now or, have the many skills that I have. Mm-hmm. They just thought, hey, there's a guy that could just be a chef and cook. And that somewhere along the line, they've lost a lot of good chefs because, one, they don't want to pay chefs what they should be getting paid. And two, they don't care if they're mad. They'll just say, okay, if you don't like it, there's the door. They don't take care of their people.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these chefs that are there are still angry, and they're making the food with anger.
And that translates, and it doesn't taste as good.
And the food, you're like, wow, this Teppanyaki chef must not like his job. He's not smiling or having fun, or the food, you could taste it with the food, Yeah. It's like, I want to tell people, hey, there's still a Teppanyaki chefs out there that really care about what the magic of what teppanyaki really is.
Well, I mean, having you on the podcast, I'm sure like people might see the title of, by the way, do you think I would say like, obviously Mac Noodles, teppanyaki chef? Or
yeah. I mean, my business is called Mac Noodles Hibachi Grill.
So maybe I'll do that because I think it might be more recognizable. But anyways, they
Yeah.
might see that, podcast title and be like, that's so random. Whatever. I'll listen to it. And then they're going to start, be like, hey, wait, this is like, there's people doing this kind of thing. Like if they're close to you, hire you up, like, or who, whatever it is, but like, you're trying to let people know, like, if people are out there doing it like yourself. So hopefully this podcast can, be like, hey,
dude, I'm truly grateful and honored to be on this podcast. It's my first time being on a podcast.
Really? Well, it won't be the last. I'm sure we will definitely do this again. I did want to.
We'll do another.
Go for it.
We'll do another podcast where I go into these freestyle raps for you. I'll kind of show you some of my skills. Yeah,
dude.
I got a lot of hibachi skills, and I got a lot of rap skills. I'm undefeated in the battle rap realm.
Shit.
And so I got 9 battles, and so it's something that's cool, something extra that I like to do. I like to write a lot.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, we'll definitely have another episode, and we'll dive into that a little bit. I was curious though, as far as like, the tricks, and there's a lot of things going on. There's the onion volcano or some shit like that. Like for you and like the community of teppanyaki chefs, is there like I hope I'm using this word correctly, but like the coup de grace, like the one trick that's like the coolest to perform, or like the most fun to perform, or like the one that is like the hardest to learn and perfect, but like once you get it, you're like, fuck yeah, I did it. Yes, got it.
I'm gonna say spinning the egg and catching it and bouncing it up and down on your spatula was probably that's what took me the longest to learn.
And then you tilt the spatula sideways, right? And it lands and it cracks.
Yep. And then you tilt the spatula sideways, you catch it, and you can like draw stuff with the yolk. You can
damn, the heart, right?
But actual bouncing it is the hardest part. Like you have to spin it and you have to bounce it on your spatula up and down without cracking it multiple times.
That's soft hands.
And you gotta really like to get the motion down. It took a long time, but through a lot of repetition and a lot of dropping eggs on guests and and myself.
Your hand on the grill, yeah.
And then if I do that though, I just say, "Did I crack you up, or is the yolk on you?"
Got it. It reminds me of having soft hands and like trying not to break it on each when it lands on the spatula. It kind of reminds me when I grew up playing hockey. My entire life basically. I mean, I think it's even been in. The Mighty Ducks movie. There's a drill, and I've probably only done it once, but you are stick handling or passing an egg, and you have to have soft hands and cradle that in so you don't break the
really?
egg. Yeah.
Really? I had no idea.
All about soft hands and, receiving passes and everything, because you don't want a firm, stick.
No. You want to have complete control over your puck.
So that translated really well into my life.
Man, that's awesome. You played hockey, so you could just, have you ever had to fight somebody during hockey time?
Dude, so, okay. I played roller hockey and ice hockey. Both like very competitively. Ice hockey, way more competitively. I mean, age of 16, went trying out for a juniors team. But then I, picked up a camera, and the rest is history. But what's funny is you can fight in ice hockey. When I was younger, you couldn't. If you got in a fight, you'd probably get kicked out of the game just because you were young and you couldn't fight at that age. But it still happened. But ice hockey, you can fight, you can hit, right? Roller hockey, you cannot fight. Obviously, you can't fight, you can't hit. And the only two fights I've ever been in were in roller hockey.
Oh, so it had to happen,
right? In a place where you can't have any basic like hitting contact, like what those big hits that you see in ice hockey, is where the fight happened. It's pretty funny. I don't know. But yeah,
at least in that, you can kind of like hit each other and get some of the aggression out as you're playing.
Of course.
Whereas in the roller hockey, you can't hit them, so it just builds up all that tension to the point where you're just like, it's over. I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, it was. Me and my brother were on like it was this, and the two fights were weren't on like a travel team. Like we were just doing it for fun. Almost like it wasn't a beer league, but like, we were just there basically to, have 5-minute shifts and score 3 goals a game, just run amok, fuck people up. It's great. But my brother and I were on the same team, and I was in the corner, and I was basically just mollywopping this dude, and then hit
Hey.
the guy that I'm kind of just beating the shit out of. His brother is trying to come and back him up, and my brother comes off the bench and goes and starts like basically fighting that kid.
Oh, I got it. I love brothers for that
It's
reason.
great, dude.
I got 4 sisters and 3 brothers, and you
Damn,
know what,
nice.
man,
Big fam.
my older brother, we've been through a lot of stuff, man, a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But having each other's back, that's something that's great. So I'm gonna tell a quick story. One
Yeah.
time I was in the 209, and I was in high school. I was hanging out, with the wrong crowd and stuff like that. But I had their back and they had mine. I was like the cool white boy.
Mm-hmm.
And we were walking around, and there's other cats from these schools that we didn't like, and one of them I knew one of them, and we're walking down kind of like in this waterway ditch alleyway thing, and they come up to us and they pull out knives, and they're like, all right, empty out your pockets, you know what I mean? And we're like, okay, no, we're cool on that. And so I'm like, hey, Freddie, what you doing, bro? I know him. He knows me. He's like, no, it's bad for you guys. We don't like you. You don't like us. Okay. And so they had never crossed that line until there's been fights and stuff like that, but they had never crossed the line like that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so me being karate at the time, I pulled out my nunchucks from my backpack.
Oh shit, yeah.
Boom. Yeah, I had nunchucks in my backpack. I was a bad kid, but at this point I was like, all right, you guys want to play with weapons? Let's do it. So I pulled out my nunchucks, started playing them, pow, pow, slam, ta, 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 ta. And then they're like, hey, yo, put that shit down, man. What's up? Put it all down. I'm like, you guys put the knives down, and like 5 or 6 of you guys walk away, and then I'll put these down, and then we can really throw hands,
Yeah.
And they were like, no, screw that, put it down. So one of them was trying to get close to me.
Fuck.
So he got in my bubble. I just sent him a nice tap, dropped him, boom. I'm like, who's up next? Who's up? I can do this all day. So they back up, and one of my homies' chains, before I pulled the nunchucks out, got snatched off his neck, right? And so I'm like, go to the guy. I'm like, put the chain, throw the chain on the ground, and walk away. And I'm coming at him, And he's like, all right. He throws on the ground. They take off. Boom, take off running. I was the coolest dude in my school after that, or in my side of the school,
Yeah.
my group. They never forget that. They hit me up to this day. They're like, man, remember when you did that to Freddie, man? Like, oh man, these guys were like a little gang. There was all the people that had originally been in my town, and then there was all the people that came from the Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then their parents would commute, and they would be left at home all day, to run amok. And so they started terrorizing neighborhoods, breaking and entering, and doing all this stuff to the people that had been there originally. And so we had to stick up for ourselves and defend ourselves, So
damn, dude.
we had to create our own little group of friends and get by. But that's just some of the kind of the old school history stuff,
Mm-hmm.
where I came from. It molded me into the human that I am today, But just crazy little stories,
Yeah, man.
here and there.
Shit.
But it just shows you that you can kind of come from any situation and any kind of state of mind and get out of it and make a change for the better.
Of course, man.
Make a change. I mean, that's what I do now. I'm a family man. I don't go crazy anymore like I used to go, and kind of just focusing on building the future.
That's sick.
We
Awesome,
all got
dude.
stories from
Yeah,
when we were
of
young
course.
bucks.
Yeah.
But it changes the whole outlook of your life when you're like, I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, whatever happened, and you're here today doing what you love. You got a family. You're doing awesome, and it's honestly, like, as weird as it might be, I'm not into. I mean, I love cooking, of course. So there's some things that I can appreciate on that end, and just the grind, the hustle, and all that stuff. And obviously, you even talking to me is cool. But it's inspiring because you're doing your shit. You're making things happen for yourself and your family. You didn't just sit back and like continue to fucking peel potatoes on a fucking bin. Like you made shit happen. So I respect that a lot.
I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate those kind of words.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Kind of to close this out, I mean, if anyone wanted to kind of get into, what you do as a teppanyaki chef, whether of course, it'd probably better to do your own thing like you're doing, but say they want to go work at a restaurant or something, you got like maybe some tips or tricks, kind of help them along, or even if it's just cooking, any restaurant or something.
My main advice for anybody that would be looking to get into a kitchen, let alone teppanyaki, is to have fun. Have fun with it, and remember to always smile and have fun. And just if you're not having fun, you got to change professions and find something that you really enjoy doing. Because if not, you're going to build resentment, and maybe it's not for you. But my main advice would be to let go of all of worry or stress or embarrassment of failing, and just send it. Just get down and really just really focus on building. If that's something that you want to do, just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Make jokes with it. Be positive, and just kind of, no matter what, don't let anybody take your sunshine.
Love it, dude.
Anybody take your sunshine. Don't give them that energy. Don't give them that power over you. Nobody. Don't give anybody that power over you, because if you do, you're powerless. You don't got nothing. You got to build. You got to keep you happy. Build yourself, and just spread positivity, because somewhere along the line you're gonna look back and say, man, I wasted so many years of my life being angry or being worried about what other people think. But once you stop worrying about what other people think about you, that freedom, man, is
free, man.
It's not your home. You're so free to just be you and do whatever you want to do. So just my advice is just do you, be happy, and make light of things, even the darkest situations.
Yeah.
Make light of it, take the good out of every situation, everything that's happened to you in your life, and leave the bad behind.
Yeah.
Leave the bad behind and take the good, because life has lessons, right? Whether the teacher of those lessons is good or bad, the lesson is always good.
Yeah.
Lesson is always good. No matter what you take, just take from it the good, leave the bad, and have fun. That's all I got to say.
Boom. That's a perfect way to end this episode, dude. Mac Noodles, baby. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you,
Danny Podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out.
Yeah,
I want to give a quick shout out to my boy who makes the Turmeric Tonic that I've been drinking to changing my whole life force. It's DLOVE's Turmeric Tonic. It's the best freaking thing you can do for your stomach, and it's really just been keeping me going, this tonic. So yeah, DLOVE's Turmeric Tonic, man. That's what I love.
Shout out.
That's what I drink. And yeah, Mac Noodles, Hibachi Grill, Danny Toddcast, man.
Hey.
Let's get it popping, man.
You will be back, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for letting me chop it up with you, man.
Of course, man. That. All right, man. Well, you take care. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll keep in touch, man.
All right. One love, brother.
One love.
The Daily Podcast.